I'm just an ordinary bloke, but I'm attempting something extraordinary. I want to become the first person in history to officially run every single street in the city of Chicago. Every corner, every block, every neighborhood. And this is how I run. Now, here's the thing. This journey didn't start because I love running. It started because, well, let me take you back. In March of 2024, I climbed Mount Washington in New Hampshire. Not a good thing, you'll see. I climbed Mount Washington in New Hampshire, home to the world's worst weather. And as it turns out, this world's worst weather slogan isn't just clever marketing. Because on the way down, hurricane force winds threw me onto a rock. I was knocked unconscious, hypothermia set in, frostbite began eating at my skin. And for a moment, while alone, I hit a dead end. My life hung in the balance. Even though I made national headlines for all the wrong reasons, I survived. But recovery wasn't simple. My first lap in the marathon of healing began when doctors told me I needed to get my blood flowing again. So I started running. At first, it was just rehab. But then, I discovered the truth. I hate running. I realized it's the most boring thing on earth. I mean, running, just to run. Sure, it's healthy and good exercise, but it's about as fun as hypothermia. But then it hit me. What if running didn't have to be boring? What if I gave it a little bit of purpose? Something bigger than just running endless laps around the bean? What if instead of just looping the loop, I ran new streets and new neighborhoods? What if I ran the entire city of Chicago? Today, this is my progress within the city. The purple is where I've ran over half of Chicago complete. But what I found has surprised me. Because if you listen to the news, Chicago's chaos, violence, crime, division, danger, that's the narrative. But the reality, the one I see on foot, is something different. It's ordinary life. I've run into kids riding their bicycles, challenging me to races in which I always win. Neighbors chatting on porches, saying hi to me, but wondering why I'm going down a dead end as I pass by. Moments which are mile markers of connection. One boiling summer afternoon in West Garfield Park, a notoriously dangerous neighborhood, I ran past 3 lads selling water. They waved me down, and when I said I had no money, they offered me it for free. That wasn't danger. That was kindness. Small, ordinary human moments, moments which never make the headlines. If this is what I'm seeing block by block, then maybe the story we're told about Chicago isn't the full story. And that's the pattern I've seen over and over again. What makes the news isn't always what makes a city real. Step outside, and you start to see the ordinary beauty beneath the chaos. And sure, every big city comes with a little bit of chaos. Like the time I was running in the South Shore neighborhood. First, I passed by a burst fire hydrant, spraying water everywhere. And then, 5 minutes later, out of nowhere, a car bursts into flames right as I'm running by. Talk about wrong place, wrong time for this poor car. But even in these moments, the city is alive, and there's also beauty in the unpredictability. We've been trained to look at cities like Chicago as dangerous places we shouldn't step foot in. But when you actually walk it, run it, experience it, you start to see the truth that sets you free. People are ordinary, communities are ordinary, life is ordinary. Challenges exist, but exploration has shown me that the stories we're told don't always match reality. And sometimes the only way to find out is to go see for yourself. For me, this journey hasn't just been about running. It's been about noticing the life that exists beyond the headlines, the often unseen moments. Because the world profits off fear. Headlines sell division and polarization. Algorithms feed us reasons to stay home, to stay afraid, to stay in our lanes. But exploration, the act of stepping outside, of seeing for yourself, shows us the reality is far more beautiful and far more ordinary than what fear wants us to believe. And here's where this matters for all of us. Because I know not everyone is about to start running every street. But we all have streets we haven't explored. At city level, places and neighborhoods left untouched by what we've been told, and beyond life's curbs, opportunities we've never chased, conversations we've never started, and dreams we keep putting off, all because others put a stop sign in front of us. But these are the untrodden streets of life, invisible on paper, yet open and waiting for us to run them. What I've learned running Chicago is that exploration changes us. Step by step, our perspective shifts. It changes how we see people, how we see communities, and how we see ourselves. I began this journey as someone who hated running. And the funny thing is, I still hate running. But exploration has shown me that the stories we're told aren't always the bigger picture. What makes the news isn't always what makes reality, and what makes reality isn't always what makes the news. The streets have shown me that life can be extraordinary if we're willing to take the first step, run down alleys, trip over curbs, and navigate the detours along the way. So my invitation to you is simple. Despite what you're told, explore the streets of life in every sense. Thank you very much. Thank you.